It's the Garnet Trust Hour on your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
And welcome into the Garnet Trust Hour here on 107.5 The Game. Tyler Head and Wes Mitchell along with you in the Herndon Chevrolet studios for today's edition. And joining us today is Corinna Zullo from Gamecock Women's Soccer. Happy to have her with us hanging out today. Corinna, how you doing today?
Good. Happy to be here.
Have you ever done anything radio
welcome
related
in, Garnet
before?
Trust Hour. We got, I feel like we're on a NASCAR race right now because we got people all around us right now.
There's a lot of people in the
Corinna's
studio.
trying to do a radio show here, y'all. So, Terry, can you, quit messing with the cameras and leave? Thank y'all. Corinna, sorry about that.
You're good.
We're trying to do a radio show here.
Yep.
How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Welcome in.
Thank
Have
you.
you ever done anything radio related before?
No, I
No?
haven't. First time.
First time for everything.
Absolutely.
Garnet Trust Hour here, 107.5. Welcome in, everybody. Corinna is with South Carolina Women's Soccer, which, by the way, Corinna, I'll be honest, there's a pretty high bar here because we've had some of your teammates in.
Mm-hmm.
They're all, amazing.
Yeah, I know. I listened to Taylor Jacobson's yesterday just to get kind of prepared when I heard I was doing this. And she did really well, so.
She did, 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah, she did really well, so I got to.
Yeah, you'll be good, though.
Anybody offer you any advice?
No, I didn't talk to her about it. Well, no advice.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and hit this topic. So did you listen to – so there's this guy on the football team, Hunter Rogers.
Yep.
Heard of him?
Yeah, I heard of him.
Did you listen to his?
Yes, I did.
Did you listen to it live?
I did.
So Hunter is your boo,
Yes. he's my
basically. Do
boyfriend.
you think he's listening in?
He said he would try.
He would try.
think-
Hunter.
I know. He had football this morning, so he said he would try. I was like, you better listen.
Yeah, Hunter. It's going to be on the podcast after.
If you can't listen live,
Yeah, he
it'll be on
said-
the 107.5 The Game podcasting page in a little bit. Don't worry.
He said that'll be on YouTube or
Yeah, great promo there. YouTube podcast. I'm going to send him the link, so he
Okay.
better.
Yeah,
That's his
send it
homework.
to him.
Now, do you also own a Limbo Ball T-shirt like he has? 'Cause
No.
he came in here with his on, and we were very excited about it.
I know. He told me about it. I was like, you should definitely wear that. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I need one myself, but you don't own one. We need
Nope.
a Shelly Smith.
Yeah, she should get
T-shirt.
a T-shirt.
Yeah,
I would definitely wear that. Or Jamie Smith or Marnie.
whole crew.
Yeah.
So let's start there. Coaching staff for women's soccer. I know you have to say they're awesome because you play for them, but they are pretty awesome. Like y'all have y'all are one of the most impressive programs on campus. I feel like in terms of what results on the field, community outreach off the field, culture. I feel like within y'all's program is just at a phenomenal place. And then consistently winning, of course, on the field as well. But take us kind of behind the scenes. What is it like day-to-day basis playing within this program? You've been here, 3 years now?
Yeah, 3 years.
Going on 4?
Yep, going into my senior year.
So what is that like to just play for a top program at South Carolina?
I mean, it's really nice. I like being with the girls and our coaches. I don't know if everyone knows this, but our coaches are like husband and wife. So it's like a family atmosphere when we're at soccer and we go over their house and we have like dinners with them. It's just like a family atmosphere. So it's really nice. And I'm just really glad to be a part of something like this.
When y'all go to their house, who's cooking the stuff? Are they grilling, first of all, most of the time, or?
No, they usually get it catered in.
Okay, so nobody's out there on the grill flipping burgers or
No,
anything catered.
Not
Okay.
since I've been here, but
Now, what are they usually catering?
I think
We don't have to say the company
We don't have to say
necessarily,
kind of
but
like just
what type of
the
food?
general type of food.
Okay. Like barbecue
Okay.
or like pasta. Sometimes it's pasta, sometimes it's barbecue. So
I mean, can't go wrong with either one.
Man.
yeah. And then they also have like backyard games or like we played basketball, and it was actually crazy when we played basketball. We were playing without Shelly, and then she joined in, and Shelly got everyone out. Like, it was insane.
Now,
So-
who on the team is the best basketball player?
Well, I did pretty well in the basketball. if I'm being honest.
So you're the best is what you're saying.
But I never played basketball. I'm just really competitive, and maybe I was taking it more seriously than everyone. But Kat Berry's also really good at basketball. She played in high school. She actually played against Aaliyah Boston up in Boston.
We heard about that.
Yeah. And then Gracie Falla. She played it's called 2A or AAU or
AAU, there you go. 2A, AAU.
Something like that. She played that in Mississippi, so she's really good as well.
Yeah, AAU. So soccer, growing up, you all play club, right? Like that's, and I think club and AAU are kind of somewhat similar.
Yeah.
What is the difference between high school ball versus like club ball as far as the level of competition? Now, I was reading your bio. I do a little bit of research before these shows start sometimes. But so your soccer team, your high school team,
Yep.
y'all were like,
We were so good.
Y'all are
I
good,
loved high school soccer, yeah. And everyone doesn't get that experience because you usually don't have like a very like densely like populated area of like great soccer players, soccer players that play on like high level club teams. But in my area, we all played for the same club, and there was like at least like 6 girls that went and played club soccer off of my high school team, and that's like unheard of. Like there were a lot of people, and that was just my senior year. Like throughout the years, there were like multiple people that were going to good programs each year. So I got really lucky. We ended up winning 2 state championships, and I don't know. I loved my high school.
So as Wes mentioned, we've had several of your teammates in here. We've had a couple of the guys from the men's soccer program in here as well, and a lot of them have, at least in high school, opted to just go the club route and not do high school soccer as well. You were able to do both. What made you want to also do high school in addition to club?
So a lot of people don't do high school because it's either their high school team's like not very great, or there's this thing called the Development Academy, which I think for girls now is called the Girls Academy, and you can't do both. So, but there's also, what I played was called ECNL, and that like gave us time to play high school soccer during one season, and then the next season, like say in New Jersey, we play soccer and we play high school soccer in the fall. So we'd have the fall off for club soccer, and then in the winter and the spring we'd play high school soccer.
Right.
So yeah, I just got lucky that I was playing ECNL, and then one year I played Development Academy, but went back to playing ECNL. And I just think high school soccer grows your confidence, and so I just loved playing high school soccer and the girls at my school, and you're also playing for your school, so it's just really, really cool.
So did you really just miss high school? I was looking at your bio. You played the 1 year in the developmental league. Did you miss the high school kind of game experience when you did that?
Yeah, I really missed it. I mean, I would always like keep up with how my high school team was doing and all that, but my club team only played with the Development Academy for 1 year, and then we decided to go back to ECNL because they didn't like how it was run or something like that. So yeah, we just went back and played ECNL. So we got the best of both worlds with that.
So you mentioned there were several girls on your high school team that also played club as well, and I imagine when you're playing at the club level, the competition is pretty stiff. How does that compare to the competition that you were playing in high school? And while you may have had a lot of good players in your team, was it hard or was it easier competition on a more regular basis against teams you were going up against?
So yeah, high school soccer, it's a little easier just because there's not as many like good girls in a small area. With like club soccer, you're traveling to different states. So like with my PDA team, which was my club team, we traveled up to Massachusetts all the way down to Virginia, and that was just my conference. And then we would also go to games. We'd go to tournaments in Florida, in Arizona, in San Diego. So we'd go everywhere and play teams all over the U.S.
So, Corinna, you've played 3 years, and when you say you've played 3 years, when I say that, you've played a lot of ball here at South Carolina, especially the last 2 years, I think. I know last year you played, I think, just about every game. Take us non-soccer people, which I fully admit, not a soccer person, but I respect anybody that can, especially do something you don't even get to use your hands, Like, that's crazy to me. But what is it like just physically running for so much? Like, I feel like you are literally running for the entire time you're out there. Have y'all ever, do y'all track, I guess? I know football has like the GPS stuff. Y'all have that? I see you shaking your head. Is it Catapult or is it like a different system?
I don't know what it's called, but we have like a heart rate monitor, and then we also have these feet things. I think they're Instep or something like that. And yeah, they track the amount of miles that we're running. They also track the amount of sprints we run, and then distance. Yeah, so that kind of stuff.
So does it tell you how fast you run too?
Yes, it also,
Okay. What's the most you have run? Do you know? Do you remember?
Oh, the distance?
The distance, yes.
No, I don't know that distance.
Make something up.
20 miles in a game. No, no.
All right, no. How much do you think you run in a game?
I think like 5 to 6 miles a game, but like a midfielder, like up to 7.
Okay, let's think about this.
I'm an outside forward, so that's like one of the running positions. I have to run all the way up the field to get on attack, and then on our team, the outside forwards like have to get back to do defense.
I was gonna say, let's think about this. Like 90 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're playing the entire 90 minutes and you're running back and forth, and obviously it's not always going to be at a full sprint. An average mile is what, around 8-ish minutes if you're not running at full speed. So that's trying to do the math in my head here, but I could see 5 miles. I don't think that's completely unrealistic.
No, I think that's probably fair. That's a lot, and
that's just for me. Like midfielders run like up and down the field. I don't know. They run the most. They also run side to side. So, like 7 miles is like the norm for them to run.
So let's explain like I'm 5.
Okay.
What is your role in your position?
Yeah.
Let's break this thing way down.
Okay.
I'm a dummy. What is your goal within a given game? Like what is your job?
Okay.
What do you have to accomplish?
So an outside forward is kind of like, I say this, but like we also score. I think we're like the assisters. Like we're supposed to be people that are taking on the outside backs and then like crossing the ball over for someone to finish. But we can also like cut in and shoot. And then on defense, we have to get back and help defend like their outside forward and their like any outside players kind of. So yeah.
Have you played that like your entire time playing soccer? Mm-hmm. So you just jumped in and that was.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because I'm more of like a speed player, so I've always just been someone that loves to run, I guess, even though I don't love running. I mean, it's just my job, I guess.
I thought you were shaking your head no when you thought I was about to ask how fast you've run. So do you know how fast you've run?
So I don't know. The feet trackers tracked this, but it's obviously not what I run like the full time, but I think like in a little like
a sprint.
I really don't know the technicalities with this, but it said like 20 miles an hour, but that's not like a real, like I probably couldn't run that with like a real like speedometer.
Yeah, I think you could. Like I see that in football.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm as fast as the
I heard
football players.
Hunter Rogers ran 19.8 miles per hour.
I ran 19.9.
There you go.
No, him and I like joke around about who's faster, and we never have actually done a race. We need to.
I think we need to organize a Garnet Trust like 40-yard dash.
Yeah, we definitely need to. I think I could definitely beat him, but he thinks he could beat me. So
that sounds like the gauntlet being thrown down to me
on live radio.
Live radio. We'll see if he texts you in the next couple minutes.
Well, then we'll know if he's actually listening or not. Come on, Hunter. But in all seriousness, I know we got to hit a break here in a second. But what did you think? Were you in the stands at the Gator Bowl?
No, that was like right before New Year's Eve, I think, and that's like my only time I can go home. So I went up to New Jersey, and if I went down to Florida, I would just I probably should just go back to South Carolina after that. So it would just break into that.
But you were watching on TV.
I was definitely watching, yeah.
What did you think when he scored a touchdown?
I knew that play was something that could potentially happen in like a few games before, like the year before, but like I was not expecting that. And I was actually looking down at my phone.
Oh no.
Yeah. So he always says I didn't watch his touchdown, but I was watching the whole game, and they were about to kick a
field goal.
Well, not a field goal. They were about to punt. And so I was like, oh, they're just punting. And I knew he was snapping, but I just wasn't really paying attention. But And I was looking down at my phone, and my sister was like, "That's Hunter. That's Hunter." And then he had the ball in the end zone. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I watched the replay, and yeah,
It was a great replay, wasn't it?
yeah, very great replay. I mean, you couldn't even see the formation before then. It went really quick. So
Yes,
it went from
the broadcast did not do a very good job. They were slow getting to it.
They don't call them trick plays for nothing.
Yeah, it was very good. It was set up really well, and it worked.
We'll have more with Corinna Zullo from the Gamecock women's soccer team up next here on the Garnet Trust Hour on 107.5 The Game.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour on your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
And welcome back into the Garnet Trust Hour here on 107.5 The Game. Tyler Head and Wes Mitchell along with you. Today's guest, Corinna Zullo from Gamecock Women's Soccer, hanging out with us. Corinna, I want to go back to the very beginning. I know you also have a sister that played here for South Carolina as well. Is she the one that got you interested in soccer? How did this soccer career start for you?
I mean, going back to when I was little, she was obviously playing, but my mom played soccer when she was growing up, so she got us into soccer. And I think like most kids play like rec soccer when they're younger, so I played soccer. I never really played any other sport. I mean, I went to like classes for swimming or gymnastics or dance, but I never played any other sports like on a team. So that's how it all started, I guess.
On your bio, it says, chose the University of South Carolina because, quote, South Carolina has a great atmosphere. The people on the team are all so close and are so kind to each other. It seems like everyone is a family.
Yep.
Agree with that?
Yeah, still agree with that. Stands true.
So you were telling me off air a little bit kind of about your recruiting process. Alabama was involved, right?
Yeah, I was deciding between here and Alabama.
How did the process kind of go for you? Like, did you take visits to both and kind of like break it down, or
yeah,
how did that go about?
So, I mean, my recruiting process, it was before there was this rule change where you can only be talked to after your sophomore year. So it's like going into your junior year, you could talk to coaches. But for me, we could talk to coaches whenever. Like there were girls committing in 7th, 8th grade. But so I was talking to coaches starting in like my freshman year of high school. And I ended up committing my sophomore year. But at first, I didn't want to go to the same school as my sister. So I was like, I don't want to follow in her footsteps. I want to make my own way. But it actually happened how South Carolina came to one of my games to watch like one of my teammates. And they're watching one of my teammates. And they're like, wait, who's this girl? And it was me. And they're like, oh, my gosh, that's Luciana's sister. And so they found me on their own. And that's why I thought it was okay to consider it.
So it was okay because they found you independently of your sister being I
didn't want like them to look at me just because I was a girl on the team sister. Like I wanted to be my own person. So
you picked them. It obviously seems like it's worked out.
Yeah, it definitely has. I'm happy I'm here, and I'm happy with everything my whole experience so far.
We talked about it earlier. 3 years. You're a graduate now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have 2 years of eligibility left, though.
Yes. Yep.
I saw you were in one of the tweets where several of your teammates have graduated but are coming back. And I think in some cases, maybe some of them are using like their COVID years, like they're using an extra year. But in your case, this is your actual senior year. But why do you think maybe the people in that other situation on your team wanted to come back for an extra year? It seems like it feels like there's an opportunity here for this team to maybe even take another step forward this coming season.
Yeah, our team always, as you said before, like our team has had really good seasons and we're pretty consistent. So, and everyone on the team like loves each other. We're a big family, so no one wants to leave. We don't have many transfers usually out. So everyone just loves what's going on here and wants to stay.
Who's a better player, you or your sister?
Definitely me. No. No. I don't know. I think we both have our own playing styles, but
So are y'all similar or not really?
I think we're similar in some ways, but we're also a little different. I don't know. We differ, and I think she's more of like, I think she's a little more technical than me. I think I'm a little faster than her. I don't know. We just are we're just our own person. I don't know. We're similar, but I don't know how to explain it.
No, I got you. And is she listening today?
She is. That's
You-
why I
you wanna
added
give her a
that I'm
shout?
faster.
Yeah, you got to throw a little jab
Yeah.
in there. You want to give a shout out to sister? Or-
Yeah, shout out to Corinna Zullo. She's over at Store Next right now.
Okay.
That's where she works.
Okay. Yeah. Good spot to work. All right. That's a good segue. What are you all doing right now? Like, it is off season, and I know you told me y'all had I think a workout this morning before you came here. So I know every sport kind of has little segments of the year where, hey, this time of year, this is kind of what you're focused on. This time of the year, maybe in season, so you have a routine for that as well. We're obviously second week of June here. What does that look like for South Carolina women's soccer right now?
So it's technically off season, but we're preparing for the fall. So we have a summer packet where on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have like a running plan that we're doing. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we lift. So it's like we're basically in full swing. And then on June 19th, we all get back here and we start working out all together. And yep, we can get started early.
So is that small group workouts right now, or is it kind of more individual? Or you said y'all all get together on the 19th. So
Yeah.
right now, y'all aren't together, basically?
Yeah, right now you're like, everyone's at home mostly. And then people that have internships here just want to stay here in the summer. We all work out together. So
you obviously decided to stay for
Yeah.
the summer. Are you interning somewhere, or you just wanted to stay around?
yeah, I mean, I usually stay around here for most of the summer just to be with the team and like be with people that are here working out. And you also have like the weight room, everything here. But I am interning, or I'm working at Strictly Running. It's like a running store on Divine Street. And yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So you secretly do like running, is what you're telling us.
No, I mean, I run a lot on the soccer field. I get some cool shoes from there too. So
You get some discounted shoes over there?
discounted shoes, and these ones that I'm wearing got for free because some of the employees get some for free when new models come out. So
Now, when your soccer career is done, do you think you'll still consistently like run just for the heck of it, or just for the workout?
I thought about it. I thought about like what I would want to do like after I stopped playing soccer, because I thought I just like would want to sit on the couch all day and never work out again. But I'm just such a competitive person. I feel like I could get into running and want to like do a bunch of races and I don't know, be the best one.
You have to find some outlet
Yeah.
for that, right?
Yeah. I'm like so competitive. So, I mean, I know I'll be playing like rec league, like kickball or like volleyball or pickleball or something like that after I stop playing soccer. But maybe I'll do some running.
Will you be in Columbia, you think?
I don't know.
I mean, I got a spot for you and Hunter on our kickball team, like right now. Like your invite is open. We're
Wes
gonna
is just recruiting on the
Oh,
air
yeah,
right now.
we're moving in.
I tried to teach Hunter some ways of playing soccer. So I don't know if you really want him on your kickball team, but I can
Oh,
maybe be on
man.
your kickball team.
I don't know. He's fast. He's athletic.
Yeah. He can catch it too, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely. So, did you participate in the sport swap thing this year?
No, it was really early in the morning, and I was like, I want to keep sleeping. But it looked so cool, and the video was so funny. I loved it. I kind of wished I did go.
Because they swapped with the swim team, correct?
Yeah.
Who told us about that? Taylor?
I think it was
Jacobson?
Taylor, yeah.
Yeah.
That
'Cause-
sounded awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then watching all the other sports, like, play each other. It was just so funny when we were watching it at our gala.
Now, would you make a good swimmer if you did partake in the swap?
I think I can do, like, flips on, like, the ground, but into a pool, I don't know. I feel like I'd, like, belly flop into the pool. The stuff they do is crazy. Like, I've watched some of their videos on their Instagram or TikToks or whatever. It's so cool. So I don't know how they do that.
Are you afraid of heights?
Yeah, I've done like cliff jumping back at home or like in a safe area. But and it's pretty scary. I don't know how they do a bunch of flips.
I see. I can
into
see how
water.
that'd be a problem with doing the high dive if you don't like heights.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty scary.
So for those listening who missed it, basically at some point, do you remember how long ago that was that they did this, the sport swap?
I think it was at the end of the
Last semester?
or beginning of the spring, maybe. I don't know.
I think it was
Okay.
like March. Or
That's when we did it, and then
February.
it went off they had the whole video ready for our gala, which was in April.
So the gala every year, that's when like all the student athletes get together, dress up,
Yeah.
and then
It's like a little prom.
yeah, and then you have
College prom.
have a red carpet, then you have reward ceremony,
Yeah.
basically, right? And so they play this video, and what they did was they swapped places as far as different teams, and so some of your teammates basically were doing. They're not, and when they said swimming, I thought they were just like taking some laps. They're jumping off the big diving board, basically.
Mm-hmm.
There is no sport that requires more skill than that. I think the twists and the turns and the flips that they're doing like all at once.
And like gymnastics. I think those are like, obviously you're not doing gymnastics into a pool, but all those flips are just crazy.
I don't even know how you start to learn that.
I don't know. We'll have more with Corinna Zullo from Gamecock Women's Soccer up next here on the Garnet Trust Hour on 107.5 The Game.
107.5 The Game. Sponsored by Love Chevrolet.
Welcome back into the Garnet Trust Hour on 107.5 The Game. Tyler Head, Wes Mitchell, and Corinna Zullo from Gamecock Women's Soccer hanging out with us this morning. So when you're not playing soccer or selling people running shoes, what do you like to do? What do you enjoy for free time?
As I said, I thought about this question because I thought that I was going to be asked. And it's kind of hard to have like a hobby when you're like an athlete. But I think my hobby is just being like a competitive person. Like I love like playing games, being like sporty, like going and playing like pickleball with my sister or like spike ball or even just like board games and stuff. I just love like games. I don't know. Okay,
you mentioned pickleball. That's something that's like blowing up right now.
I know,
like they're putting in pickleball courts like on every street corner, it seems like. I saw it was on ESPN the other day. Like what are your thoughts on pickleball and how good are you at it?
I would not say I'm like crazy good at all, but I'm definitely competitive, so I like try my best. But I think it's so cool. I mean, I know like my grandma plays it. It's for like all ages. Like everyone loves pickleball.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's a good thing.
I have this thing, and it's a personal problem, but I'm always like fascinated and fixated on why things trend when they do.
Yeah.
And you know how you will have never heard of something, and then you'll hear of it, and then next thing you know, you hear of it everywhere. Mm-hmm. Where did pickleball come from? How did you get involved? Like, did your sister get you involved, or do you even remember? Like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
I think back in my town, I was playing with someone in their family, and I just thought it was really fun, and then I wanted to play it when I got back down here. And me, Hunter, my sister Luciana, and her fiance, we all go to the pickleball courts and play. And then a couple girls on my team, we get together and play. So a girl on my team even has a lake house, and they have like a whole pickleball court there.
Wow.
Yeah, they it's really cool.
All out.
Mm-hmm.
So pickleball is kind of tennis meets ping pong, kind of, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It does look fun. It's
does.
everywhere.
Have you never played?
I've never played, no.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, there's like 20 places around here you can play.
There are now. I saw them Cola today. They're adding courts every single day, I feel like.
For like $5, you can play at the Casey Tennis Center. That's where I go.
I'm going to have to try this out.
Yeah.
So you already know I'm going to ask you about this. We like to talk about food here and drinks. You rolled in with your coffee. I'm not going to give the company a free plug, but is that bougie coffee? Is that, I like my coffee black? Is that, what are we working with there?
So I like to switch it up a bit whenever I go to different like restaurants or coffee shops. So right now I have I think it's like a cinnamon caramel nitro cold brew. It's like the new drink there. And then I also get like the refreshers, like mango dragon fruit refresher. I do not like black coffee. I just like it bunch of sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that isn't too sour. But
now, are you the type of person that drinks coffee for the enjoyment, or you're like, I can't wake up until I have coffee type of person?
Enjoyment. Yeah. No, I don't need coffee. I think coffee kind of makes me kind of too
jittery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I love the taste of it. So.
I mean, it is good.
That sounds like a good flavor, by the way.
Yeah. I love like anything cinnamon. So when I heard that was like a new flavor there, I was like, I'm definitely getting that.
Cinnamon and sugar. I mean,
might have to try that out myself.
Classic
honestly.
combination.
Mm-hmm.
Food-wise, do you know, we always ask this question. I don't know if we asked Hunter, but what's, if you could have one food item, one meal, is there like a go-to?
I'm like a little Italian. I'm also from New Jersey, so I'd probably say any pasta dish, but I also really like Mexican dish, like Mexican.
Yeah.
So
Any
or
of that.
probably pasta though. That would be like my number one.
Do you cook?
I cook a little. I'm not the best cook, but yeah, just a little. Pasta's not hard to make, so.
True. Do you say the word y'all?
I do. Now that I've come down here to South Carolina, I say it's just so much easier. And when I go back to New Jersey, my friends are like, "Why are you saying that?" But it's just
It's a better way to say it.
yeah,
I think.
It condenses
instead of
it.
you guys,
You all.
yeah,
Who says you guys?
a lot of people in New
Up
Jersey.
there, yes.
Now, have you acquired a taste for sweet tea yet?
I've always loved sweet tea.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I do not like unsweetened tea. Everyone in New Jersey loves unsweetened tea. They like add their own sugar, but
It's not the same.
yeah.
Once it's already like been mixed, it's not the same.
Oh, yeah, the sugar's not going to dissolve at that point.
Yeah.
I feel like you are a South Carolinian who was living in New Jersey as opposed to the other
Maybe.
way around. I don't know. Like you fit in down here well. So we talked about kind of some after soccer stuff, but how about after USC soccer? What does that look like as far as in your shoes, as far as professional ranks? How many different options are there out there? Do you think that's something you'll be in a position to do? Have you sort of, I guess, gotten to research or gotten some feedback on what that might look like for you?
Yeah, so I hope that I could play professionally after college.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how like realistic it is. I mean, I think every soccer player wants to play professional after college. There's like a lot of places where you can play professional in other countries. And then also in the US, there's a league called the NWSL, which is like the women's pro soccer league here. And two of our past players are on, or there's actually more than two, but two that I've played with they're playing for the Houston Dash. And so that would be really cool. But
Yeah, that would be awesome. I guess, what do you think you have to do? What do you have to show in the next year or two? Are there parts of your game, I guess I should say a better way to ask it, are there parts of your game you're focused on moving into these final couple of years of eligibility?
Yeah, I mean, I think my like final piece, just like finishing more, having more power on my shots, also better like accuracy and all that, or like taking players on and then shooting. I think that's where I need to focus. But yeah, that's what I would say would be my main thing I need to improve on.
All right, we'll come back and wrap up things with Corinna Zullo from Gamecock Women's Soccer on the other side. You're listening to the Garnet Trust Hour, 107.5 The Game.
It's the Garnet Trust Hour on your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
And welcome back into the Garnet Trust Hour here on 107.5 The Game. Today's special guest, Corinna Zullo from Gamecock Women's Soccer, hanging out with us for a few more minutes before we jump into the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs. We touched on a little bit in the last segment, despite the fact that you are from New Jersey, you have taken a liking to a lot of things in South Carolina and the South in general. Was it a culture shock kind of moving down here? I imagine you had some familiarity with your sister being here beforehand, but what's it been like actually being here full time for you?
I like it down here. I think the one thing is the food is better in New Jersey. I'm used to going to I'm sorry. I'm not a big fried chicken, Southern barbecue. I don't love barbecue. I don't love that kind of stuff. So I'm sorry.
We're just gonna have to end it right here then, Wes.
No, but I'm used to going to pizzerias if I don't know what to eat, or Italian places, or there's just not too much of that down here. I don't know. That's the one thing, but I've loved everything else.
Wes is very upset right
I'm
now.
so
I respect the honesty.
Yes,
I'll say
I'm
that.
so sorry.
You didn't just tell us what we wanted to hear. You were completely honest. We're not going to talk about food anymore, though. We're going to move on to something else.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Spring soccer completed for you all. Mm-hmm. So y'all get to play games in the spring against other teams.
Yeah.
What a novel concept. I feel like football.
Only other sports did that.
Yeah. that's got to be very beneficial.
Yeah, it's really cool because like a bunch of people leave, like seniors or fifth years, they leave after the fall season. So it's a whole new team, and then it gives an opportunity for younger players to get some playing time and people to get used to the new team before. I mean, there's also freshmen coming in the summer. So it just gives people playing time. It's a good, like, improving season.
Now, would you say those games are as competitive as the ones in the fall, or is it more about kind of individual development?
They're still competitive because you're still playing against other teams, but it doesn't go to, like, your record. So we play, like, both teams play everyone on the team. But it's still, like, you want to win.
It's kind of an opportunity to get everybody in there. Everybody gets some experience.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you want to win, but if you lose, you're like, oh, it was kind of just a scrimmage.
It's not as big of a deal as if you lose in a regular season game. But we obviously are still trying to win every game. Yeah,
y'all went on a run last year, and I remember distinctly Coach Shelley Smith telling us, hey, I love my team. I just got a lot of young people going into last year. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of sort of, I guess, maybe freshmen or just inexperienced players coming in that were going to have to play and play more than they had before. But then it felt like as the year went on, y'all sort of came together. And I knew y'all started the year with Florida State, I think, last year. Number one team in the country. Mm-hmm. And I think y'all played them to a draw.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Tied them 0-0. It was a crazy game.
Great
Even though
game.
It was 0-0 to all the people that don't watch soccer, they think that's boring. It was still a crazy game. So many people there. We had, like, opportunities to score, so did they, and it was just a very cool experience.
A straight-up battle.
Yeah, it was. And we're playing against, like, top girls that play on, like, national teams, girls that, like, won, like, NCAA soccer player of the year. Like, so it was just so cool.
So what was to the other end, going to the end of the season, what was it like having the success y'all did with the SEC tournament and then experiencing, the NCAA tournament as well and kind of making a run there? What was that sort of level of just I feel like anytime you go into a playoff scenario, everything kind of it ramps up a little bit. How was that?
Yeah, it was so cool. I mean, throughout the season, we did so well. And then going into the SEC tournament, we knew we could win. We lost to Alabama in the regular season. They were ranked number 3 at the time when we played them in the final. And that game was just like we wanted to win so badly. And we knew we could. And then we ended up scoring in like the second half, I think, maybe the first half. I forget when it was. But we ended up winning that game. And it was just like a fairy tale almost. And now I have a ring. So it's really cool.
Did you bring your ring with you?
No, I should have.
Is it like a big, flashy ring?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that like
pretty cool?
Is that like your favorite moment of your career at South Carolina so far, or is something else stick out?
That and also beating UNC in the first game of the NCAA tournament, which started our run to the Elite Eight in the year before. And that game was just a good memory because my sister scored to get us into the next game or to win that game. And it was just, I was on the bench and I was just like, oh my gosh, we scored, and everyone was celebrating. It's just such a good memory. So, and we were unranked. They were ranked number 2. They were a number 2 seed in the tournament. So
awesome moment.
So cool.
Awesome moment. And so obviously this is the Garnet Trust Hour brought to everyone by Garnet Trust. How has kind of the NIL space and Garnet Trust itself, how has that been for you?
It's been pretty cool. I've gotten some opportunities, and it's just really cool that we're able to benefit off of playing college sports in that kind of way. And it helps athletes, that aren't able to have jobs or anything like that. It brings them in some income, and it's also good for the community because you're also helping out doing community service. So.
Now, did you think NIL was something that you were going to get to take part in? Because, it's only been 2 years, but a lot of people in the industry thought like, oh, it's only going to be, football, basketball, the revenue sports, so to speak. Did you think it was going to trickle down to something like women's soccer?
I knew it wasn't going to be like as much, but we're also able to get things like partnerships with different brands where we can get discounts for clothes or like different services or like getting our nails done or something like that. So it's really cool. And yeah, I didn't expect it too much, but I'm happy that we're able to.
I think we need to shout out the South Carolina women's soccer fans before we get off here. Like, y'all have such an awesome following, the La Familia Club. And so we've had them out at our Gamecock Central kickoff party at Still Hands Brewing the last couple of years. And they've just been outstanding, the amount of support that they show to you all. So I guess as far as having the support y'all have, what does that mean to have the just that group that's behind y'all?
Yeah, Familia FC is so cool. They support us so much, and the little girls that come to our camps, they come to our games. They are so amazing. We love all of our fans, all those little girls, all our older fans. Like, it's so cool to be a part of this program. And then we also have it's called the Graveyard Shift, which they play like drums during our games, and it's just such a cool environment. That's like a reason why I came to South Carolina, because the environment is like none other. We're top attendance every year. It's just like no other place.
Well, Corinna, we are out of time here on the Garnet Trust Hour. Certainly enjoyed having you in here and hanging out with us for a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and we wish you and your teammates best of luck this season.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for the Garnet Trust Hour here on 107.5 The Game. Coming up next is the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs here on 107.5 The Game.